Okay, welcome to cleaning up CAD drawings for MAPP3D. I'm going to show you something that's not going to work to demonstrate. Let's start a brand new file. I'm going to ignore the prompt that tells me to name my show because we're doing this fast. Okay, so go to File, Import. Your options are DXF, SketchUp, and MAPP3D geometries. If your scenic designer made a really cool SketchUp model of the entire theater, including all the audience details, that's great for you. You can use that. But that's not really going to happen because they only usually do SketchUp models from the stage to maybe the first couple rows. If you have a venue that somebody else drew in MAP with all the trimmings, you could import that. You're probably not going to have that. That leaves DXF, which is an AutoCAD format. AutoCAD does DWG files, but you can convert them to DXF in order to import other drawings. Let's crack open Regina's finals for Naked Mole Rat. I'm just going to save drawing, save as, and call it a DXF. 2018 for compatibility is fine. Yeah. We are back in MAPP3D. Let's go to Import, Drawing Exchange Format. Naked Mole Rat. And inches. Great. Nothing happened. Try again. Still nothing happened. I was actually trying to demonstrate a crashing, but it is holding itself back from crashing, but it is also not importing. Point is, it's not going to work unless you clean up the AutoCAD drawing. All right, so let's cancel that, and we'll jump back to AutoCAD. So let's pretend MAPP3D crashed. I mean, at least it wasn't working, and I'll tell you why. There are certain types of lines and objects that AutoCAD can produce and read that are incompatible with MAPP3D, such as blocks. If there are blocks in the drawing, MAP will choke. If there is text, MAP will choke. There's drawing cleanup that needs to happen within AutoCAD to ensure that MAPP3D doesn't crash because you left a hatch in there. I'm going to run through the process in a video for the record because this is going out to all the sound students for production practice purposes. The Healy changes formats all the time, so the need to be able to clean up a new scenic drawing is more apparent depending on what theater you're in. I made some clean DXFs for MAP that are located on Backstage with MAPP3D in mind. MAPP3D was the old version of MAP that was in 2D, and I assure you that the 3D version is much better, so we should just leave XT behind altogether. I'm guessing Meyer isn't even updating MAPP3D anymore anyway. So I'm going to open up my scenic drawings in AutoCAD, which are my attempt at cramming Arnell's color purple set into the Watts. It's okay. On Backstage Sound Central, there's a PowerPoint that Emily made about what to remove from CAD to clean up the drawing. I'm generally going to follow some of that process. So first I'm going to save as and rename my drawing something else. Class 6, the color purple, DXF for MAP. How about that? Save. And I want to keep my original drawing intact because I'm going to be deleting a bunch of stuff. So this is for MAP only. Since model space is an endless void where you can draw a million things, I have a lot of extra stuff to the side. I'm going to want to delete everything except for my plan view to start. I don't need my trap view, or my elevation, or my section. And I'll want to make sure none of my layers are locked. So let's confirm. Just scroll real quick through and see that nothing appears to be locked. So let's start deleting some things. So you can use your bounding box and just press erase or the delete key. E for erase, spacebar. All right. Get rid of you, E. Get rid of you, E. Oh. See, this is why we don't want any of our layers locked right now. C-Steel, that's the one. All right, you can also delete your sheet views. You don't need that. I'm just right-clicking at the bottom onto my sheet views and deleting them one by one because they might have extra bits on the sheets that we don't want to see, like a title block. We are going to next use the command purge, P-U-R-G-E, which removes blocks and layers and sheet information that you aren't using from the drawing. So let's say I had a block of a speaker, but then deleted it from the drawing. The layer is still there with nothing on it, and the speaker block still exists in the block library. Purge will delete both of those things since they're not being used in model space or paper space. This window comes up, and I click everything, and I say OK, and I will have deleted about 1.2 megabytes of extra artifacts. So let's purge. Cleaned up about 122. Sure. All right. To see everything in model space centered, I will use the command zoom, Z, extents. And it looks like I have some stuff off to the side. Otherwise, this plan view would be very, very big, which makes sense because I have a lot of frozen layers. This is stuff that I decided last week that I did not want to see. Example, a fire, I believe, has some fire hoses backstage. Correct. I don't actually care about that as a part of my map background or my CAD background, so the frozen layers are probably going to have to go as well. I'm going to lock the layers of everything I actually do care about, like the walls, and these extra layers that I'm adding for color purple scenery and the audience seats I've drawn. Those will get locked and turned off temporarily. Alright, so I do care about these. Let's see, do I care about a door? Sure. Turn that off. Don't care about a fire. A house rail, what's that? Yes, sure. Let's keep that. A hatch, don't need to keep that. A plan catwalk, yes, I will want that eventually. A plan house, definitely want that. Alright, a wall. Yep, let's keep that. A wall balcony, doesn't matter. Or does it? No, it's frozen. I decided I didn't need that before. Sure. And let's see. Def points, don't care. All of this stuff, don't care. What is this? Oh, definitely don't care about that. Bye. Oh, center line, plaster line. Yes, I will keep that. Hidden. Nope. Don't care about that. R strut. Sure. Bye. Sound mains. Yes. I will keep that. I will keep that. U circuit. Don't know what that is. U catwalk. Not seeing it. U wall. AVPs. Right. Let's see. Why am I not? I would like to get rid of most of this stuff visually. Let's see. Everything that's locked. Forgot to turn them off as I locked them. Okay. Going back. Very exciting stuff. What's left? A hatch. Oh, yes. A hatch. We're going to end up getting rid of hatches anyway, so... And then that's some random stuff on the 0 layer. No big deal. Alright, so I have a mostly blank looking drawing now. Let's turn on every layer and unfreeze. It's going to get really busy. So I'm going to select all my layers. I'm going to select all my layers, I said. I am going to unfreeze, and I'm going to make visible. Oh, it's hideous. Look at all the stuff that was left behind. Okay, now that everything is on, I can delete pretty much everything that isn't locked. I'm going to select all, and I'm going to erase. And that has just left the things that I locked. So let's give it one more purge, P-U-R-G-E. Yep. And we are left with just the stuff I locked, which was the only things I cared about at the time. Okay. And now that we have removed all the layers that were previously frozen, we can unlock everything. Map does have the ability to turn on and off AutoCAD layers once important, which is why I left the catwalks and the balcony stuff. You may want to toggle those in Map. All right, first thing on the list of things Map doesn't like: hatches. That's going to kill the fills on stage representing the wood grain and representing the inside of the theater walls, which we actually already got rid of. To select all the hatches and only those hatches, you can use the command quick select. Q select. Drag that over. Let's see. Let's select hatches. And that's everything on stage. I'm going to hit delete. All right. The next thing that we want to get rid of that Map will choke on is block references. So let's go Q select block references. Great. So we have seats and speakers and various little bits. Remember the explode command? We don't want to use the explode command to reduce them into their parts. In this case, we want to use the command burst, which will reduce them to their parts and leave them on the layers that they have been placed on. If I exploded these audience seats, they would revert back to 0 because I had drawn them originally on 0, but I do want to keep them on the specific audience layers, and I do want to keep these speaker blocks on their speaker layers. So I'm going to use the command burst. So that turns them into not blocks anymore, and we have retained the layer information. Okay, let's go back into Q select. Presuming that I got rid of all my blocks, there might have been some hatches inside those other blocks, which there were for my speakers. So we got to go back and do hatches one more time. Q select. Again, we're going to do this several times. So let's review what is left. Let's see. Arcs are fine. Block references are not. We will have to do block references again. Circle is fine. Line is fine. Polyline is fine. M-text and block references. So why are there still blocks even though we just got rid of them? Because maybe there were blocks embedded in other blocks. So we only exploded, or burst in this case, the first layer. So let's do that one more time and give it another burst. That should do it. Next, let's attack our multi-line text. Apply. So erase, which is E, spacebar, multi-line text. That's gone. So now I am theoretically just left with arcs, circles, lines, and polylines. Anything else would have wanted to be deleted. If we had special lines, which are splines, we would have got rid of those. But I think we're good. But there is one more thing before we call it. We should move our theater's origin point from center line and plaster line, which is right here, to our 0, 0 origin point. It will show up more nicely and make more sense in Map if we start there. So I'm going to select all objects. None of my layers are locked because I'm going to be moving everything. So I'm going to zoom in on center line, plaster line, select where they intersect. Now I have the whole theater, and I am going to move it. I am in the command M right now to 0, 0, and it has moved it to our AutoCAD origin point. So let's give a zoom extent one more time. Zoom, spacebar, E for extents, spacebar. Because it zoomed in on just the plan, I can be assured that there are no random things floating around being drawn over here. If there were, zoom extents would look something more like that. But erase that. And we're good. We are left with just our plan view. It is centered correctly, and I think we can save to DXF now. Save that one more time, and then save as. I'm going to put it in class stuff. TCP DXF for map. Put it right in there. Great. All right, so we are back in MAPP3D. I'm going to create an empty project. Click OK. I'm going to go to File, Import, DXF. find out where I put it, which I believe I put it right there. All right, I'm going to change my distance unit to inches. Import. And success. So we can go to layers on the right and see that we have our AutoCAD layers that we had before. They are intact and we can turn them off individually. Here's some things that I would turn off. Balcony audience, the balcony rail, and the catwalks for right now. So I am left with a drawing that looks like this. I would like to point out something strange that happens graphically. Let's go to top view. If you zoom in on your origin point, there is a little theater drawing over here for some reason. So you get some artifacts from CAD at your center origin point. That happens all the time. It's nothing to worry about. I don't know how to get rid of it. So here we have our 2D reference from CAD in MAPP3D. Hooray! We did it! Okay, so that previous cleanup that I just so laboriously did on camera for you, I'm not going to make you do all that. Hooray! This DXF that I just made will be available to you on D2L. I just wanted to document this for the record. For the next time, you are the one having to do this for one of these production practice things. And the scenery was so important as a reference for, let's say, monitors or practicals. A tutorial for your homework is in the next video. See you there.